Hi friends, today I just want to show you how I make copper earrings out of just wire. So you'll see that I hammer it, hand forge it, and then add gems, jewels, whatever. Okay, so the wire that I'm using here is half hard and it's 18 gauge by Rio Grande. I cut about 9 centimeters. Just make sure you cut each piece the same length. Then what I use here are double-sided flush cutters. You can use one-sided flush cutter, but it is really nice because it just gives you a nice flush cut. I've cut both ends and then I am wrapping it around a wooden dowel, shaping both pieces about the same. Then what I do is I take my loopers and I'm just going to roll outward on each piece that I just shaped. Sometimes when you do this, it will misshape the U, kind of like the horseshoe shape that you're making, but I'll show you how you can fix that. Here you can see that that one's misshapen. We're just going to go ahead and put that on my bracelet mandrel, and you'll just kind of pinch where the eye holes are, and then you can just kind of hammer the sides of that. And then oftentimes I'll take it off again and put them down the other direction just because one's lower than the other one, and then I'll flip it around. When I bring it off, I'll just make sure I tighten the eye holes again because especially as you hammer, the metal stretches a little bit, and so you'll want to make sure that you reshape again, checking the eye holes and also that you have not misshapen the frame to your earring. Here I'm just going through my turquoise to see what piece I want to put in the center. I like the clover, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that one. And then I have some 4mm faceted turquoise beads that I'll also be placing on it. Right here I have some, I believe they're 2mm copper beads. Just putting an eye pin in the clover. I put it all the way through, but I'm going to need to take it back out because I've got to put the beads on. I like to add the little copper because it's a nice accent. Sometimes you just need to adjust how many pieces go in the middle according to the size of the beads you're placing inside. Once I get all of the beads on the inside, I'll pull that pin back down and then push it back up through that main hole. Then I can go ahead and add another accent bead, another turquoise bead on top, and then I can make a loop that will actually connect to the chain. Right here, I'll just loop it, but I won't completely close it just so that I can put the chain inside. You can see I've left it open right there. The chain that I'm using there is from Rio Grande. It is copper. It is a 2.4mm link. Just threading it on there. I'll put my wire looper back through there, my round nose pliers, and then I'll finish looping the end of that to hold it secure. When I'm snipping, I like to use my flush cutters, getting right inside there. You have to have a pretty fine tipped flush cutter, a precision cutter, so you can just get right inside there. And then I'll take my other pliers and I'll go ahead and flatten it so that it doesn't leave any edge sticking out to snag. And then of course I'll make 2 of those, one for each earring. And this is it kind of coming together. I'm going to go ahead and I'll cut some chain to put on the outer loops. I've pre-made some jump rings with the same copper, wrapping them around and then just cutting. You can buy jump rings, but I like to make them. So that's the jump ring there that I made. Placing all the pieces around that. And then once that's in place, we'll just go ahead and secure it from the top. When you open jump rings, you want to make sure that you open and close front to back and not side to side. And then looking at it from the top angle as well as the side angle to make sure that it's closed. I will be opening it again, or this one, or at least the piece on my ear wire. Okay, so here I am making ear wires. I've cut the ends the same with the double flush cutter. I'm making the first loop. Wrap those all the way around. You'll take those back off, put them on your other side on the loop plier. Sometimes it's hard to get them to stay together. Once you've got them closed together, then you're just going to wrap it around to make the part that actually loops inside your ear. With this, on the ear wires, I do use 20 gauge half hard. But as I hammer it, it will also harden it as well. But purchasing the half hard does make it a little bit stronger. So again, snipping that end off, I'll go ahead and curl the end with the plier. I do soften the edges with an emery board a lot more than what I'm showing on this video. And then once you have your ear wires made, you'll loop the ends just a little bit, making sure they're even. And then we'll go ahead and hammer it to harden it. Anytime you work the wire like that, it just naturally hardens it. It will misshape it a little bit, so after we're done hammering both sides and both ear wires, we'll go ahead and place both of them back in the looper and shape them again, just to make sure they're both the same. And then again, closing the loops you just made because they do open when you hammer. And then I'll just place them back in. Make sure they're the same. And reshape them just a little bit. And then again, open front to back, not side to side. You'll place your earring inside and secure it closed. Do that again. And here you have 2 identical earrings. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Have a great day.